In this video, we're going to take a quick look at fixed and variable cost and total cost, and we'll see how we can solve a simple model in Excel. So fixed cost, I've put a definition up for you. These are the expenses an organization incurs regardless of the level of business activity. So meaning whether we produce or sell a single ice cream cone or ride at the amusement park one ticket, or build a widget or sell it, regardless of how much volume we do in a month, we will incur certain expenses. It could be the rent on the building. There's a common, easy one to understand. It can be salaries, right? And you can start arguing about gray areas and mixed costs and so forth. But to keep it simple, we'll just say those salaries, we're going to incur them, whether we sell a unit or produce a unit this month or not. And then there's variable costs, and those can also be a little bit gray, but to keep it simple, we'll just say that, for example, direct materials that go into our product are variable cost. When we build or when we sell a single unit, we will incur the cost of that steel or plastic or electronics or switches or wiring harnesses or whatever it might be that goes into that. We'll incur those costs on a variable basis. If we build one, we'll incur the cost of one unit's materials, raw materials. If we do 1,000, then we'll incur 1,000 times that. So for variable cost, we always have to multiply times the volume. And on this page, that's represented by X. So total cost equals fixed cost, let's say for the month, for example, plus the variable cost times the volume. Okay, so let's take a quick look here at an example. So the Shelley Group has leased a new copier that costs $700 per month. Fixed cost, right? It costs $700 per month and for their lease. And they also have to pay 10 cents per copy. So they pay $700 to have the machine available to them in their facility, and they pay 10 cents every time they use it. What is the total cost if Shelley makes 5,000 copies per month? And what is the total cost if Shelley makes 10,000 copies per month? Let's take a look. So if we have this $700 fixed cost here and our 10 cents over here, in Excel, what we would do to apply this formula is we would say equals cell C4 plus the variable cost, cell C5, times, which is the star, times the volume that we want to know. So that would be C4, our fixed cost, plus C5, our variable cost, times the volume. And to make it really clean, we should always put those in parentheses where we're doing a sub exercise, a sub calculation. Hit return and you get your answer. All right. So let's do the next one. So for 10,000 copies per month equals our fixed cost, which is not volume dependent, plus our variable cost times our different volume. This one, right? The 10,000. We should put it in parentheses just to keep our everything clean, and we'll see that is $1,700 per month. Our cost per copy, if we want to know the volume, the economies of scale we're getting out of higher volumes, we would say here in cell C9 equals our total cost divided by, which is the backslash, our volume, and hit return. And we can do the same here for 10,000, would be equals our 1,700 divided by, with the forward slash, our 10,000 copies, and hit return. So here we can see then, and calculate it in Excel for those that are working on that, how we would find the total cost at two different volumes and the cost per copy at those two different volumes. And I hope that was helpful for you. That concludes a brief discussion on fixed and variable and total cost.